Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Afrocentrist podcast, and especially this segment, The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact, where I get to speak to women from across the world, sharing their stories and how they are impacting their world. But today on the show, it is the girl, her story, and her impact. I have with me in the studio this amazing, young, cute little girl that you're going to see in a minute. But before I bring her on, let me read to you her bio. It's so impressive, seriously. Now, today I'm going to be speaking with Kiara Kaur, an Indian American, 6 years old. Now, wait for it and hear the achievement of this young girl. Thanks to mommy and daddy, by the way, and we're going to also have mommy in the studio. So, in an era where digital technology has become an integral part of every person's life and has left the traditional book reading behind, Kiara Kaur, in contrast, has made herself inseparable from physical books. She started reading since the age of 2. Since then, she has read more than 2,000 books. She loves to read and share. Her reading habits soon flourished wide and led her to enter the World Book of Records, London, in reading 36 books non-stop for 1 hour and 45 minutes at the tender age of 4 years old. Kiara is also the youngest TEDx speaker in the world at the age of 5 years. Kiara has set a world record yet another time for being the youngest keynote speaker at the World Expo 2020 Dubai. Apart from reading, she loves swimming and traveling. Kiara is also set to release her first book, Diary of 5-year-old Genius Chatterbox, who sets the world records. Kiara shares her day-to-day experiences with her family and friends. Now tell me you're not ready to see this cute human being with this amazing profile at the age of 6. I am. I've met her a couple of times and she's just a joy to be with. So sharp, so you find out in a minute, right? So this is the time where you grab your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, and your bottle of water, if that is what works for you, as we get to meet Kiara Kaur, and as well, her mom, Dr. Little. All right, see you in a bit. All right, I have my guests in the house. Hi, Kiara.
Hi, Drew.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you. It's nice of you. And thanks for the invitation, by the way.
Thank you for saying yes, by the way. Hi, Dr. Little. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. I know it wasn't close. I had no clue that you were in Abu Dhabi, but thank you for coming all the way to Dubai.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done. I mean, I just look at Kiara and I see you and I'm like, oh my God, you have done a great job. So I'll start this whole, conversation with you, and then we will shine the spotlight on the star in the room. Can you see that? Can you see how she sparkles? Okay, so let me start with asking you, Dr. Little, when did you discover the special gift that this amazing human that God brought through you to the world? When did you start to discover her giftings?
She is a very special child to us and the whole family because she was born after 2 miscarriages. So she is very special to everyone in the family, grandparents, aunt, uncle. So actually her habit of reading was spotted by her nursery teacher. She told me that she comes, and she was just 2.5 years old. So she informed me that she comes to the school and there's a small library over there, around 15 or 20 books with small children book. And she was able to read 2 or 3 letters before she was introduced to her phonics.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty impressive, and they informed me and they asked me to encourage her, and within a couple of days she started reading very fluently at the age of 3, and then they advised me to why not you go ahead for a world record for her because she's a good reader. And so that's how it happened.
The journey started.
She started. Yes.
Wow, that must have been exciting. Anyways, this is a shout out to the teacher who noticed and who made that clear or made that observation and gave the parents the information. So teachers out there, this is how you can impact your world. I mean, I know you're doing a great job, but I just wanted to point it out that in case you're not paying attention to your pupils, please do, so that you can help spot their specialty and let their parents know. God bless your teacher. Now, are there any challenges, before we go to Kiara, are there any challenges, that you have in being the mom or being the parent of such a superstar?
The only challenge what I face these days is like during the lockdown, she didn't have many people to speak to. So that was the only thing which I used to feel bad, because she's a very talkative girl.
Chatterbox, huh? That's out of the title of our coming book.
So that's how we had to spend more time with her, because she was not able to go out because of the lockdown. But now things are getting eased up, and now she's finding a lot of friends, and that was the only challenge I faced with her, nothing else.
Amazing. Okay, now let us come to the superstar in the room. Hey, superstar.
Hi.
Okay, so Kiara, I want you, I know I read your profile just a minute ago, or a couple of minutes ago, but I want you to tell me about yourself.
So I'm Kiara Kaur. I'm 6 years old, and I'm a world record holder in reading at the age of 4, and the youngest TEDx speaker in the world at the age of 5.
What's your best? Tell me something what you like best. Something that you like best. It could be anything. What do you like best? What are your favorite things to do in the world?
My favorite thing is my mom, because she's so daring to me.
Oh, my heart.
Kiara.
I hope Daddy's not jealous. Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you feel every time you have to step up on the stage to speak?
It feels an exciting moment for me, but I don't get scared. It's because that I make lots of new friends.
So you're never even nervous when you have to go on stage, regardless of the number of people in the audience?
No, it doesn't matter how many people are there in the audience. It's just like making friends. I made friends when I met them before I was going to speak, and it was so exciting, and no need to get scared.
So it's more like, okay, you meet the people, and so it's like I'm talking to my friends. I love it. Guys, that's a hack right there for public speaking. So when you have your next event, get into the venue on time, make friends, so that when you're on stage, it feels like you're talking to your friends. Wow, I love that. Thank you for sharing. What was your favorite moment at the Expo 2020?
The people were so nice to me, and the place was very colorful.
I know.
And I could eat their different cuisines too.
So what was your favorite cuisine you ate there?
And the Chinese cuisine, I like the noodles.
Noodles. So do you like watching, what's that noodle movie? Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu Panda?
Yes.
I haven't watched it, guys.
Really? It's like you don't do a lot of watching, right? You do more of reading.
Yeah, because I stripped and all that. That's where I knew the pandas that there's even, and pandas live in China, and they're really picky eaters, by the way. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting to know.
And they cut down trees, by the way, so that they can make bamboo to make fuel.
Interesting finding right there.
Yeah, so the more bamboo they cut down, the number of pandas less there will be. There will be very less pandas, and then the number of pandas begin to
reduce. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your most memorable outing yet? Altogether, what's the best one? Like, this outing was so great for me.
Oh yeah, it was so great that I couldn't even help it. And the best thing that I like, it's my mom and you too.
So what outing, like what speaking engagements or events that you've been invited to, that is one memorable one that you, like when you remember that, like it gets you excited, that you've been to yet?
like Expo 2020 Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an exciting moment.
I can imagine.
I spoke in 2 pavilions, Mexico and Slovenia.
Wow. How many people were there when you spoke?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter how many people are there.
Loving. Okay, now tell me about your signature speech. I know you speak to a particular topic. Can you tell me about that?
My signature speech was in Expo 2020 Dubai.
Okay.
And in Expo 2020 Dubai, I spoke in 2 pavilions, Mexico and Slovenian. And the topics which I've been talking, there are 2 main topics they have to focus on: women empowerment and climate change.
Tell us about it.
And first I'll talk about the women empowerment. The women empowerment is the basics of women empowerment lies in getting an equal opportunity to the young girls in terms of education. Men and women should get equal rights in terms of health, education, decision making, professional opportunities, and wages.
Love that.
And empowering women isn't only about empowering girls and women. It's about making an equal responsibility and a healthy relationship between men and women in the society.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So tell us about the what's the other one you talked about now? Your other topic?
Oh yeah, the other topic was actually climate change.
Climate change, yes, please tell us about that.
In the climate change, I spoke about why glaciers are melting, and in China, for example, like in China, they used to cut down bamboo to make foil, which I told you earlier and sometime later. They cut down to make foil. So the number of trees and plants we cut down, the less number of species of animals, bugs, birds, and many other animals and aquatic animals the numbers of it will reduce.
So what do you think can be done though?
By the way, if we can cut 1 tree, we can cut instead. Why don't we cut it into small pieces, like cylinders and all that? So it's better, like if we cut, for example, or another way is that we could cut 1 tree and plant 2 trees instead.
So when you cut 1, plant 2, so that there are more trees that will grow again, rather than just cutting it and leaving it, and then there are no trees, and then the animals also suffer for it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's tough.
Wow. So, like right now, this episode is going to go live sometime in May, right? And I know in Nigeria, for example, where I'm from, May 27th is Children's Day. And I'm hoping this, episode is going to come out towards that time, probably 25th of May. But I was checking, like, okay, let me just compare, like, it's shocking for me to realize that the International Children's Day is actually November. Like, this is the first time I'm noticing, because I guess I grew up in Nigeria, so I've always celebrated May 27th as Children's Day, but I just found out that it's November 20th internationally or globally, and then November 14th in India. So, well, as a Nigerian person, I have to plug this in. So this is coming out in May. So this is going to be towards Children's Day. So because of that, Kiara, as we round up this session, I want you to speak to a child watching this. I'm hoping that parents are going to share this with their child, and so that they can get inspired by the story. What would you say to any child watching this right now? What would your word be to them?
You mean what I like to say is that they could just follow their passion and be happy. Like I like reading and swimming, and somebody may like painting, skating, or anything. So they just have to follow their passion and be happy.
Absolutely. Did you hear that? Follow your passion and be happy. Do what helps you, or do what makes you happy. And also, I'm going to talk to, Dr. Little here about parenting, right? Just say a word to parents. I mean, I'm glad that her teacher spotted that in her early enough and, gave you the hint. You could have done nothing about it,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
So what would you say to moms who have this kind of feedback? How would you what would you say to them?
Yeah, so I would just like to say what my mom used to advise me, that you should give time to the young ones when they are young. So that's their development stage, and they're learning new things, they're observing you. So you have to become the role model for the child. You can't just continuously nagging them, don't do this, don't do that. What I feel that you have to change yourself. If you think you want to see something in your child doing, so you have to inculcate that habit in you for the betterment of yourself and your whole family. And just give time to your young ones, listen to them, understand them, and advise them, so that they can just do whatever they want, and just encourage them.
Absolutely. And you have done a great job in encouraging Kiara here. I mean, this is just the beginning of what Kiara can actually achieve. She's already on 3 world records. So who knows, before the end of 2022, how many more records she's going to break, right? And I really look forward to seeing you do more exploits. And I mean, I love you, girl. You're so beautiful. And you're so inspiring. So keep inspiring, okay?
And you too look so beautiful.
Thank you. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here on the show today. If this is your first time on the Afrocentrist podcast, please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel as well as the audio channels. And I'm going to leave details of Kiara, her Instagram handle. I know her parents manages her Instagram handle, where you can also get to know events she's going to and things she's doing. So you're going to get the link attached to this, and we'll keep a tab on her so that when she releases that amazing book, we're going to have access to it and tell you all about it. But of course, if you follow her, then you're able to keep up with the news and what she's up to. So thank you so much for being here. Remember, you can support the work that we do here at the Afrocentrist podcast by clicking on the link that says buy me a coffee. A cup of coffee is just $5, so you can decide to buy us 1 cup or 10 cups, right? And then to help us continue to produce amazing content. And I just want to do a quick shout out to my friend Jide, who helped with the recording of this particular episode, and also a shout out to my alma mater, SAE Dubai. And this is the space we are using here for this particular episode, and I hope I'm going to be doing more here. If you are thinking of, enrolling your child, or you yourself enrolling into a course, a creative course, then SAE Dubai is a place to be if you want to study audio. This is where I finished from, studying audio engineering. Or if you want to do filmmaking, or if you want to do animation or games or design, then here is where we turn our passion into profession at SAE Dubai. And I'm inviting you to come have a look. Once in a while, there's always this open day where you can actually explore all the studios, the facility. Amazing place to be. So I invite you to check it out and make up your mind. And when you come, let me know, right? And mention my name. You get a special discount. Yes. Till I come your way again next time with another story, do remain amazing. I am the energetic EJ. Bye.